Hello everybody, welcome back to Matty Reacts, a channel where we take a look at things we've never watched or listened to before. And I don't think I've ever covered a 5 seconds of summer song on the channel. I'm pretty certain I haven't. We've covered a couple of Michael Clifford songs, you know, who is one of the members. But I don't think we've covered a full 5 seconds of summer song on the channel. I'm just trying to remember. I don't think we have. I have liked a lot of their singles. What I find really interesting about Five Sauce is that my first sort of they first came into my sort of peripheral as cover artists on Kerrang, and I wouldn't even now I still wouldn't say that they are, you know, a Kerrang kind of band in my opinion, but I also don't want to really stick too much to that because I've been one in the past to sort of complain about gatekeeping in the music industry, you know, for things like Download Festival and Kerrang, where is a certain subset of sort of rock and metal fans that want everything to be as it used to be 30 years ago, and things change and the music industry changes constantly, so it's never going to be the same as it was 30 years ago. And Kerrang is, yes, more mainstream than it used to be, and Download encompasses more genres than it used to, but that's because there are so many more genres now, and there isn't a band out there that's doing good things that hasn't got elements of genres that wouldn't have been accepted at, you know, Download in its early days. Having said that, that's why I can't really go too deep and say, you know, they shouldn't have been on Kerrang, because they have done a lot of really catchy, popular songs. They are a band who play with live, real rock instruments. That is more than quite a lot of bands that don't appear on Kerrang would do. So yeah, I'm not going to harp on too much about it, even though I literally am harping on about it. However, if we discount that side of things, I really enjoy a lot of their singles. Obviously, She Looks So Perfect was probably the first song I heard, all the way up to the sort of more recent ones that I think have been a bit more experimental than the early ones. The early ones were sort of pop punk, pop rock, quite easy to see where they were going, but they've started, you know, adding different things in and trying new things. You know, I wouldn't say, for example, the song Youngblood was anything like She Looks So Perfect, but I like them both in their own different ways. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they give us with this one, which is called Not Okay. I think that's the first time I've said the title in this video, and we've been talking for 3 minutes at this point. So I am going to stop rambling on, and I'm going to play the intro, and then we're going to look at what 5 seconds of summer Not Okay has got for us. Oh. This is so weird. This is not what I expected at all. There's a lot more electronic influence in this than I was expecting. I was just saying that they've started in their more recent music experimenting a bit and playing with the genre a little bit more, and this is a perfect example of that. I actually think the vocal delivery mixed with the instrumental, it kind of gives me Gorillaz. Not obviously not all of, you know, some of the Gorillaz catalogue doesn't sound like this at all, but it's kind of that lazy delivery that Damon Albarn gives in Gorillaz. I think that's kind of what it's reminded me of. Anyway, back to it. It's yeah, it's a really cool song. It's kind of like intentionally busy and frantic, and I guess it's talking about not being okay. Maybe this is sort of a visual, or well, sort of an audio representation of maybe how their headspace is. Really cool, and it's almost like some of the harmonies sound not discordant, but like almost most of the way there. It's really interesting how they're playing with the sort of dynamics of the song to give you that feeling, almost like a sort of almost trapped. Yeah, it's really cool. God, I feel invincible, and when the sun comes up, I feel despicable. And when my heart slows down, will you pick me up? But we can pause for now. I think I said enough. God, that bass! It's proper wub wub bass, isn't it? And that synth kind of sounded like an alarm, which only sort of gives you more of a frantic feeling. And I don't notice the sort of scream in the background of the lead into the chorus there. Let's listen to it again. That bit's so catchy. We've still got another minute to go. What are we getting? It's really cool drum pattern. It's almost like breakbeaty. Yeah, nice. I didn't know what to expect with that. I didn't expect what we got, but I really liked what we got. It's not like anything I've heard by them before. And I think, you know, regardless of all the stuff we spoke about in terms of Kerrang and stuff earlier, they are seen by a lot of people as a pop sort of act. And even if they don't see themselves as that, there is a pop sensibility to them. And I talk about this all the time, that any genre can have a bit of pop sensibility to it. It's stuff like knowing your catchy choruses, knowing how to write something that will hit with people outside of your usual genre. And I think this has that. And I think for a band that do and always have had that sort of pop sensibility about them, this sort of evolution in their sound, it can only be a good thing. Obviously, for some bands, sticking, you know, in their lane absolutely works for them. But I don't think Five Sauce could have stuck with, you know, their sort of sound from their first album or two forever. I don't think it would have translated well if they'd have kept making that sound constantly throughout their career. So I'm really intrigued as to what the rest of this next project sounds like. I think this is the first single from whatever project is coming next, but if I've missed a single, do let me know and I'll try and pick it back up in the next few sort of recording sessions. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I don't think I could say much more. It's definitely going on the playlist, the famous playlist ranking system. It's definitely going on a playlist. But yeah, thank you very much for dropping by, and I'll see you for another reaction video very soon.